Welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. I'm going to be exploring the truth behind your person's silence. This is for a no contact situation where someone is emotionally distant or avoidant. Been getting a lot about processing past pain, trying to figure out how to move forward, not necessarily wanting to reveal their future plans yet. Somebody could be really anxious and distressed about something, and they don't necessarily want to bring you into it. So there's a lot to process here. There's a lot this person may be at stake as far as if they let go of something. But they're still holding on to this. It's just, they could still be tied down or holding on to something from their past is what I've been getting. So their current emotional state is they are seeking truth. They're wanting truth. They're wanting clarity. I think this person wants to tell you the truth about everything that's going on. But the reason they're not is that, you know, it's like the truth and nothing but the truth. They could be wanting to get down to the bottom of the truth in regards to you as well. So they know they need to be truthful if they were to come forward to you about something. Why did they pull back? Yeah, they're grieving something. There's definitely a lot of energy coming up from the past. Past pain, sorrow, and regret. And also with the Two of Cups behind this person, they may not be ready to move on to a new relationship yet. There's still a lot of unresolved emotions when it comes to their past that they're grieving. They could even be regretting things with you. And, you know, the danger here is missing out on an opportunity to reconcile, because there's a lot of pain and emotions surfacing for this person. They could be in a really dark place emotionally. So, you know, a lot of times when somebody's sad or regretful, they're going to pull back. This is something that they need to process. They definitely want to come forward with the truth about this, but they may not be emotionally ready to. What do they want to say? Definitely not ready for a new beginning. This person may not be feeling powerful or activated at this time with the Magician in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse. What they want to say is it could be that there's some manipulation going on here in regards to their past. And in the pre-shuffle, I was getting the Justice card in the reverse. Someone could be feeling very angry, very powerless over their situation. I'm not getting that they're trying to manipulate or control you. They may be wanting to control the narrative, but I think they know that the truth may be too hard to hear, too hard to express. They could be feeling very angry, very disempowered at this time, not able to move something forward. What do they fear revealing? Well, definitely they could be in their pride and ego. They don't want you to know that they're really distressed about something. What do they fear revealing about this? Yeah, they fear telling you the truth about this conflict. You know, you make them happy, I feel, but this person with the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, they're going through drama and conflict right now. So if they withdrew from you, they're trying to work through something. I feel like if you were to ask them, they would be pretty truthful, but they're angry about it, right? King of Wands in reverse with the Five of Wands. This is drama. This is conflict. This is somebody being triggered or tested. They're trying to figure out how to gain control. I'm not getting manipulation. I think they're trying to get their power back or get the upper hand or get control over this Five of Wands, this situation that they're dealing with. But they fear this because it's like, if you knew what this person was actually going through, you may not want to deal with them, right? And this makes them agitated. This makes them angry as well, because it's like, I'm getting that this person wants to tell you with the Ace of Swords coming out, but they're just in the midst of doing battle with their past, or, you know, dealing with people. Yeah, Three of Cups, Five of Wands, you know, picking up the pieces of the past. And this can make somebody very avoidant, right? Just, they don't need any additional drama. What is the outside influence? What is all this drama? What is this outside influence? Yes, someone could have been very confrontational. I'm getting that it could just be two people that confronted this person, or they're stirring up the pot. They're saying things. I mean, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, these are action takers. These are people taking action, stirring this person up, getting this person agitated, talking a lot. They could be having some debates or conversations with people, and it's stirring up a lot of past feelings and emotions for them. I'm getting friends or family, like just people, or it could even be a past person. It's like they're definitely being confronted. What they secretly hope happens, that all fill out. We're getting a lot of fives here. So there's a lot going on, and this is a lot of cards. They don't want conflict. They want to have a new relationship with you. Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. This could be a newer person. It's like they're wanting to make an offer to you, but they have to get out of this past conflict or drama they have with family, friends, or exes. But with the Emperor in the reverse, they definitely feel blocked when it comes to teamwork and building something with you. They could be heavily involved in other people. They're needing to recognize where they're being disempowered and no longer able to work with particular people, especially with the Knights and the Five of Wands. These are people they're no longer wanting to build with or work with. People that are challenging them when it comes to you. Right? Queen of Pentacles is upright. The person that they want to make that offer to, you represent, you know, the peace on the other side of all of this. So that's what they secretly hope is happening. But it could be that, you know, they've told people about you. They're being challenged about that. And they're realizing who their true friends are, or they're the people that are actually going to support them. I'm getting power dynamics and control playing out here. Something that has nothing to do with you, but it's affecting their ability to move towards you, because it's like all these other people want to get involved with their life in some way. And with all these fives, they're being challenged. There's a lot shifting and changing at this time. So what's the energy between you? Oh yeah, an explosive tower. You were the unexpected. You kind of came in and it's stirring up all these changes and, you know, collapse of a foundation. King of Wands, Emperor, this is somebody that maybe had a life trajectory set up, and they're realizing who's on their side, who they want to build with, but there's definitely some resistance in being able to build with you, because it's like they're in the midst of some sort of drama. What is the most likely thing to happen is, you know, future plans. This person definitely wants to come in and make plans with you, but they're going to be dealing with a lot of drama first. It could be from a past person, an ex, somebody that they were incompatible with, somebody that they had already built a life with. This person may want to be independent of all of this. Also, when I was getting the Justice in reverse and all that, this person has a lot of unresolved issues with their past. And that can get really messy, right? When you have legal battles, family, friends that are, you know, from your past relationship, right? Because when you're in a long-term relationship, there are friends and families. There's a lot of attachments, you know, and that can stir up tension with all those past people. It's like you were the unexpected. You were the catalyst for some sort of change and plans. Whoa. But they're wanting, Ace of Swords, they're seeing the truth about a lot of people in their life too. You are stirring that up because some of these people feel a little threatened or challenged, or they're challenging this person's ability to take control over a situation. What is their current emotional state? Yeah, needing time. Now is not the time. Unexpected change. Something unexpected. That's that Tower moment. Something unexpectedly came in. And they ended up shutting themselves down to this. And they pulled back because it brought up... They pulled back because... You know, they wanted to have a getaway, but it's like there was so many unresolved issues. Also, run away together. It's like something from their past kind of just, you know, out of nowhere came back around. And what they want to say is... They may have to actually move. They're getting a lot of synchronicities about you too. There's a lot of like weird signs that it's time to move on. It's time to actually move. Maybe travel, get away, or, you know, move on from their old life. It's like their old life has become an empty shell. They feel like they don't belong there anymore. And what they fear is that it's like everything's being exposed, right? The sun reveals everything. They fear that. They fear everything being exposed, that they're ready for change. They also fear being strung along, being entrapped. I'm getting Five of Wands. Somebody could be pulling at their heartstrings, trying to entrap them, trying to pull them back in as they move on. That's what it is. That Five of Wands is all this communication. All these past people are pulling on their heartstrings, pulling them back into the past when they're trying to move on. And this outside influence, what are these people saying, these knights? This outside influence is, well, it's definitely triggering a lot of deep reflection. They're having to face their inner truth. They're seeing these people's true colors. They're having a dark night of the soul because they're seeing these people. And also there could be like a love affair, something not opening up, keeping things inside. There were a lot of illusions about the people in their life. This could be two friends, family. This could even be one person that's very fiery, very passionate, giving them a lot of outside opinions. But it's like I'm getting these people are trying to get them to open up about their secrets. And it's getting them in their feelings. It's making them feel a little angry with that King of Wands in the reverse. But what they secretly hope happens is that they don't have to deal with all this conflict. They don't want to deal with the conflict. They don't want to deal with the drama. Yeah, feeling complete. They want happiness. They want to have happiness with you. But they also don't want a lot of drama and dealing with people that trigger all these past emotions. And the energy between you now is that Tower. You're inspiring. Yeah, the Tower is you're inspiring them to change. You're a catalyst. They're feeling like, they're kind of feeling like you're like a daydream for this person, escapism from everything that's going on, and they're definitely going to be reaching out to you. But the reason they've kind of pulled back is because of all of this. Yeah, they want to be free. They want to be single from their past situation. They want to be available to just date, to have a new beginning. I'm getting that they have a lot of people that demand a lot of time and attention out of them. You're like, different from all of that. Or it's like you're the new person. If they were single, they could actually be available to you. Yeah, they're trying to move on. They're trying to complete out a cycle. And it's like there's all sorts of fallout that happens, right? Because a lot of times when you get out of a long-term relationship or long-term attachments, it's like there's all this fallout from that. What are these old people? Let's get a little more on that. What are these past people? It's definitely they're seeing their true colors, and they're mirroring something that they don't like. They're mirroring back all those illusions that they had before. Benching, like someone enough to keep spending time with them, but not enough to commit. And ask others out when it's convenient. You may feel like this person benched you, or especially if they're not making plans with you, but I'm getting that it's like they're benching you because they have all this other stuff going on. It's like they only come around when it's convenient. So you may be feeling a certain way about that. Like, okay, all these other people are always taking priority over this relationship. Also, there's a slow fade. Tries to soften the blow of a breakup by slowly pulling away instead of just ending the relationship. A snail-paced breakup. I'm getting this is like the past energy. It's like a slow fade. It's like they're having to slowly release all the attachments that they had with that past person. Also, different page. Doesn't want the same things anymore as they once did. Different viewpoints on how to raise children or live their life. So they could be, picking up all the fallout from being on the different page. I'm getting your person is wanting to move in a new direction, and it's like they have all this past energy lingering around them. What else? Disillusion. Someone wants a separation or a divorce. Your person could totally be going through a divorce or a major breakup from their significant others, demanding certain changes or dissolution of a partnership. So yeah, it's like they're dealing with all the fallout, all the messiness. And sometimes, like if there's a separation or divorce, sometimes friends and family get involved. It's like they want them to stay together. I'm getting kind of that. Your person may be wanting to just move on and be single, or one person does, and then the other person kind of wants to, or all these other people, it's like they want them to work it out. Where was that Three of Pentacles? It's like, why don't you work it out? Why don't you get back together? Why don't you reconcile? It's like people just get in your business, right? And they orbit the situation, or they have an ex that's still orbiting. Like they're trying to disconnect, but there's still like social media, false sense of hope of reconciliation. I'm definitely getting that energy, but I'm getting that as like the past, like, all these people orbiting around a situation that no longer belong here. So I will close it out there. Good luck, guys. I definitely feel like you have somebody, if they're avoiding you, it's because they don't want, you're like their fantasy and hope. They don't want you involved in all this mess. So good luck with that. And, you know, hopefully they can move through it and still kind of just be inspired to move in a new direction. Hopefully they don't get pulled back into all of that. Bye.